This ain't not a kush. No, not a kush. No, not a kush. Oh yeah, me I can feel 'em. What are they run me eye? We are the see me sister them. They die in the street. Oh, me I can feel 'em. We are the see me brother them the streets. Yeah, some they link they not. Some lay down a guts at the sleep. Oh. So when I ask them, tell me say na kush. Nike pull roll and son of them food. They prefer for left the house, they gonna get so all day they kush. Oh yeah, say not a kush. Me brother don't want before in time. Say not a kush. So we they use the old age man young. Say not a kush. The youths them just they die. Say not a kush. Sorry salone. We say not a cushion. Hey, push for die. Say not a cushion. Papa government help we are. Say not a cushion. Hey, push for die. Say not a cushion. Hope for you to say, is it all? That's all we say.
Hello, me fambul them. You don't take small one as if me not so. Anyways, I'm glad for Sidon Ayaso. I miss you all. I miss the banter. I miss the fun. I miss the one that we can call just no more for hearing me voice. Even though then they hear me voice, then they listen to me. I miss the one that we can call just for ticklish me, for see if today me Monday up or me Monday down. But it's all good. Listen, it is not a race, it is a journey. And at that journey we really sit down inside that journey it's not for the swift. That I can tell on that for sure. We don't sit down here so today again. I know say Boku don't happen at the land, but as always, me promise, and no matter what, waiting they happen at the country, I try not to break that promise. I try to bring the show on the last Saturday of the month. When a salon we all na one fambul, and indeed, I hope say today we day inside episode 6. We mean for say from the time where we begin this show to now, we don't do 6 episodes. 6 very, throbbing, pumping, pulsating, shows them where I hope say una don't learn beaucoup, but with salon culture, beaucoup, but with salon, linguistic groups them, beaucoup different thing, and how, we all na one blood we get really. No matter what, no matter what variations them, really and truly in a one blood we get. Before we go far na the program, I want make Mr. Jamboya tell Fambul Adu, and then I will come back for continue.
Rumble them, how all they do. I hope everybody they do well. I hope say today we go get a good time listening to this program where they bring to now every month. For make we know say we all not the same people. Then if we not can note where Matilda they talk, you not talk about tribes, she say linguistic groups. Linguistic groups. Now languages don't get necessarily, we not get tribes. But we can hand over back to Matilda.
Indeed. So I remember, recently I was on a program and I was anchoring the program. So what you can call MC at the MC the program, and so I've been need for introduce with different linguistic groups them, and so in the on the program they say we make we learn about the culture with different ethnic groups them. And so I change into with different linguistic groups. And as I dey say, I look around the room and I could see the shock on people's faces. I said, what did this lady they talk? What do you mean by linguistic groups? This, that, and I intentionally, as I call different groups them, and they say, the Connaught linguistic group, the this linguistic. Oh my gosh, I could see some people were getting upset, some people confused, some people were like, "What's going on here?" But it was fun for me though. It was really fun for me. But listen, before I go any further, I want to tell Mr. Kago and Mr. Jamboya Bakubaku thank you. They not left the show for them, they have kept to, especially Mr. Kago, let me say that he has kept to his promise, he has kept to his word that this time, Matilda, if you left, I go make sure say you show continue. I go make sure say you show come on. I give you my word because I really I'm a stickler for the importance of continuity. Continuity and persistency. Now they bring over a long term than they bring results. And the reason for me why I say that, I will notice say during the COVID period, a lot of shows then come online. I'm just taking 5 minutes to just let me just give me a few minutes, make I say why for me this was so important that anytime I know they are so something has to be played. If even a repeated show, I rather repeated show, they repeat the show, come on live and play than nothing at all. Except for holidays and stuff. I mean, if a holiday happened to fall on or whatever, that's understandable for everybody, you know what I mean? But so long as it's not a holiday, it's a normal weekend, for me it was very important that as the anchor of the show, that at least a repeated broadcast be put on air. That way, if even people rewatch the same show 3 times, rather than nothing or come on at all. And for me, it goes into my strategic thinking is that, like I said, during the pandemic, we see a lot of online shows then. We see a lot of people, get different shows them. So man, they do 2 shows a day. So mommy, they do shows every single day, right? But there was one thing I said here during the pandemic. I said this pandemic here, so even if in the thing itself, meaning that the COVID itself is here to stay, or a variation of is here to stay. One thing is for sure, when it is all said and done, you will get for separate the chaff from the goat, right? You will get to separate the chief, right, from the goat. And I meant it when I said that. Because I know for say, Boku people, they seize or use the opportunity of working from home because everything wasn't shut down, or come online, and they can break, just because they can break. And sometimes their bread has no substance behind it. But because they think they too can do it, or they think they self they can get a small crowd or get a small whatever. And there was one thing I said. I'm like, you see me on work. I tell God thank you. Me on work where God give me, allow me for do this. So until me decide say me no one for do am again, then that is when you go stop for see me. But I know they put me on something just because it is the trending, thing of the day. Because you get to consider your life, your environment, and your setup in its entirety before you put your hand on something or before you become part of something. So now, I know go call name, but you know self they see. They one day we been get show every day, sometimes 2 times for day. Or every week, una they see them again. No, because he who pays the piper, don't call them. The paymaster don't call them. And when the paymaster call you, in this part of the world, you have no choice. You have to answer present. You have to answer present. So the paymaster called them. They forgot about their environment, their work, their commitment, and they said feel to say, this was the time to brag. So, but you see, amongst the lot, what I have consistently shown is consistency and dedication. What I don't consistently show a commitment, consistency, and dedication. Where all the man don't set much because, hey, listen, you cannot work from home for the rest of your life now, you know, except you get a situation where you contract or your employment contracts now, remote work from home. Even then they monitor you. Guys, you don't online the bra when you are supposed to be on the clock. No, it's impossible. So I say all of this to say when you want to get into something, not follow the trend. Not follow the trend. Follow what works for you, your lifestyle, your environment. Only then you go maintain consistency and longevity. Right? So it doesn't matter what happened, you will continue seeing me here consistently because I take everything else into consideration before I decided, okay, now let me do a live TV show. So on that note, I want to say boku thank you to Mr. Kagbo for holding down the fort when I'm not here, and also Mr. Jamboya for holding down the fort when I'm not here. What that shows is consistency, and that consistent pattern they are not be ever want for break. Okay. Now, as usual, today I know say Boku people and say Matilda, you don't come waiting. We get today. Okay, so today we go na the Creole Linguistic Group. I know say Mr. Jamboya, they can't tell me now. So just not say, also Creole, they no more get ginger beer. But na so I say, na so me say, and na so they be Creole Linguistic Group. Ginger beer and I will they drink today.
Una buy am from them Timene.
Okay. So make we sit down inside the program small. Before we sit down inside the program today, and I tell you now the linguistic group where we can explore, or the linguistic groups where we can explore. I want to make we take a step back and look into something where happened, as a matter of fact, this week, where then call a presidential town hall that was moderated by the Minister of Civic Education and communication, so Chernobyl, popularly known as Siba. So something peculiar happened during that town hall where a young lady stand up, I believe it was either at the tail end or actually after question period done and say, no, I have a question. This question very pertinent, this question very important, and I need for ask me question, excuse me, before I come out Nayaso, because now the reason that they make Akanayaso, but what is to unfold the drama that is to emerge out of it. The boss bass was so much that it tantalized my spirit and I couldn't help, even though I know sit down for watch the so-called 3 hour, because that information then at the communication minister and page me get and say the entire thing lasted 3 hours, and I'm like, no, not my life. Sorry. If they can give me a retracted version for 30 minutes, maybe, just maybe, I can sit and watch that 30 minutes. But it has to be good. It has to be punchy. It has to be, on point. So the young lady, the drama, like I said, that was to unfold for, surrounding the agriculture. We know how agriculture very, very important now in society, especially for Sierra Leone. A simple question that was asked, led to a social media buzz and a trending topic for make us say for the better part of this week. Make we listen to the before. I can actually read the actually, you know what? Let me read what the information minister posted before he. The reason we make I not post the videos them way. We not can watch the videos them way Boku people them post to. This not directly from the information minister on page, and I did so deliberately because it insinuated something that on my live I asked him, was this misinformation or was this disinformation? Which is, because sometimes we confuse the two. So this is what he had to say. He said, we have always said that the way to defeat fake news is to get the facts out. Yesterday, His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio spoke unfettered for over 3 hours. He took questions upon questions from citizens in a well-organized town hall where citizens had sent over 860 questions. After the question session had ended, one citizen started screaming, demanding that she must speak. The president asked that we allow her. She said we had not spoken about agriculture. Over 30 minutes of the conversation and a whole documentary had been dedicated to agriculture. Nevertheless, the president responded calmly, thoroughly, and factually. A true statement. See the full context. Me address this personally on my page, and within me address, I address the minister in your statement as to regard to within missing an in video. I'm not going to say everything that I addressed that I spoke about on my page here, just because then they're not to the ethos, not to the main purpose of the show today. But I just want to take a few minutes now. Allow me, make we delve into this quickly before we go into exploring our linguistic groups for today. Make we listen to the video.
Allow me!
No, give him the mic. This is what he wants to say. Yes.
Listen. I find your action rude and impolite. But you don't say it give you quick 30 seconds.
Mr. President, everybody don't ask questions. All man they ask different, but nobody don't ask about agriculture. Mr. President, 5 years you don't rule, which is fine, I appreciate you. Yes, 5 years you don't rule. And still, the agriculture sector is poor. For it right now rests now 6 leons. What are you, the left free Papa government?
Thank you very much. And now a citizen, you get right for talk to a leader. Besides, now woman, and we give high place to women. The only thing is that an office say, my sister or my pikin be the listen. Because when we the camp and this, I make people then listen, so you understand what they do. You said the price of rice still the high. It get for high because the rest of they get now, like Chinese man they plant them, Pakistan, Japan, they put on a ship, they pay for them. The Canada we charge. We not begin produce to your own receipt. I don't know who say be there if you don't ask this question before I come, because if you don't begin eat rest before this president they come. The only difference is that this president they give this opportunity because we open up dialogue. But the same question, if you don't ask him few years back, maybe nobody not going to even listen to you, because agriculture not been the way agenda. We will say infrastructure, and we not say the infrastructure. Waiting me don't say I they do for agriculture, and they make sure say it happen. the prices of food don't go up everywhere. Me not go put hand up for you. Now that make we are not able to put hand up for you. I say I dey make sure say we government support everybody so we will grow your own food. I know they even promise you say next year the price they can do. But one thing we are going to promise is by 2028 when they left, Salone will produce enough rice. There will be a quantum leap.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Sierra Leoneans. Me na Ajamaya Makuyate. The lady will not give full access na the scripted town hall meeting with the president. I want to tell everybody and well wishers they say are very well safe and are in a very safe space. So far, nothing not happen with me. I still dey alive and healthy. As you see na me hand, na me Sierra Leone passport, voters ID card and national ID card will give me full access for go sa I go and say what I say and do what I do, because na me rights as a patriotic citizen of this country. First of all, I want to put politics aside and wish well for this country. I can proudly say it openly that the Old Town Hall meeting was scripted, and I had to do what I did because of this country, and hundreds of Sierra Leoneans will not get that opportunity for do what I do. Thank you. Once again, I am Ajamaya Makuyate.
Information of a verb construction be wrong. Yes. When you see right, you call right. When you see wrong, you call right. You don't have to do it disrespectfully, but you can do it politely and make your point heard. I'm not, they try for embarrass anybody, but waiting, waiting you sabi, and you don't want to make anybody confuse you about that. Right? I want to tell Albert Lansana. Thank you very much. You say Dante and welcome back. Thank you very much. But make I just say a few things about this lady. So you see my there, you didn't need to actually even go further to say this was a scripted town hall. I asked the minister why not anchor the show, why you not find a neutral person for anchor the town hall, so that there will be a semblance of neutrality in the process. And you they talk to the lady and say he rude. Did you go back and watch yourself and see how you were talking to your so-called president? Did you go back and watch yourself to see if you observe decorum the entire time, if you observe protocol the entire time, or if you break protocol and how many times you break protocol? See, sometimes they can easy for make una point finger because you get access. But the very thing they want to point finger and the very thing they unu self can they do. But listen, you all are cabals, you all are pals. It is not my fight to take on, neither it is mine to say. But there is one thing when we go on for say, they say, people, yes, the president answered the question, this, that. There is one thing I go on for say. The president say, if he been the listen, he talked for agriculture for over 30 minutes. Just because you address a subject matter does not mean that questions cannot be raised about the subject matter. See, now that time, now this I so can get things wrong. You can get things wrong completely. Now this no more me one for just because you talk about a subject matter doesn't mean questions cannot be raised about a subject matter. Yes, for 30 minutes you say you address the question over 30 minutes, but then they no exclude the fact that say if somebody gets question about that subject matter, the way in fail to say something you not go deep enough on, or you not address to ill satisfaction, then they not for make it come and asking question. And I think that's just what that young lady did. What you talked about agriculture, what you say about agriculture, hit the nail in the head enough for her. Hit the needle enough for her. Now that make no matter what it happened, she insisted that she had something to say. Go don't sit down at that all waste 3 hours of in life. 3 hours now when I talk more. Don't waste 3 hours of your life. Now they are just to talk about the town hall itself. I know they talk about filing into the town hall, because they get for check you, they get for make sure say, because the president is there, the president has to be safeguarded. They need for make sure say he is safe, he is okay, he's not walking into harm's way, right? So they get for check the people and make sure say they are good before they allow them access to the hall. So all that anyway don't take for sit down a line, wait, be checked and whatever and what have you. You gain access to the hall. And she felt that no, I'm not going to host without me not ask this question, because this question is not only important to me, it's also important to me family. It's also important to me day-to-day living. And they buy less, like you say, 6 leons for cup right now, which is equivalent to what, 6,000 leons in the old money, I believe. The cup right now, whose side will they go? Whose side will they go? She asked a valid question. And for you, for the information minister, for even defend the fact that with all of your international exposure, with all of the forums them where you don't sit down inside, with all of the platforms them where you don't participate for even sit down, and even say the president answer calmly, thoroughly, and frankly, or whatever you say, and therefore that needed to be given some kind of clap or kudos. No, the president is at the service of the people, right? And one of the people that we vote him in for make it become president was that lady, as she clearly said. What even baffled me was the fact that she had to prove her allegiance to a certain political party for her to be allowed to speak. She is a Sierra Leonean, that's all I know. She is a Sierra Leonean, as a Sierra Leonean, that is her president, who she called to service to serve her needs. And at any point in time, is supposed to be allowed for asking president's question, and the party allegiance to party should have no play in this, not be for ever future na this. Allegiance to party not be forget any part for do with this at all. The only thing that had to be there was the fact that she is a Sierra Leonean who had a question to ask her president, a question that was important to her. And not just to her, to the entire nation as a whole, except for the ones that are sitting there and looting the country, who has no sense or urgency of how bad things are in the country. So you see, the only thing when we want to address Nayaso is that somebody can answer a question, but sarcastically in the process answer the question. The way where the president answered the question in return, he answered the question, yes, but he was sarcastic. He was sarcastic in his response. He gave the woman back talk where they answer the question. What is you are the president right now, the box stop at you. No matter whether be non be president here Falagba or whether be non be president here Lonto. We don't care about that day. The thing is that now you are the president, now you get to answer any question now we come. Because now you the rule right now. So any question we can, now you then they put onto. It no matter whether be non in the past. So what business does she have knowing about you? Be non the eat rest before I come. No, now you there now. So the rest women need for it. Now you need for make sure say that rest they for me for it. Period. It don't matter if you been on the eat rest before you come, if you been on the eat rest even before you come, they all know. It don't matter. What it matter is that the lady need for eating rest. And he not the able eating rest. And now you he puts na power for make sure say he able eating rest. So all she cares about, she needs to know that she can have access to in rest in an affordable manner and for able eating rest, period. That's all you needed to answer her. You know, I'm not going to tell we say Chinese, then they bring rice. Una they get this farm. How many of your ministers have farms and are rice producers in that country? How many of them? Quite a bit of them. When the seedlings then come, una distribute them amongst una self. Una all get farm. Chief minister get farm. Former chief minister, whatever minister get farm. The secretary general Napoleon get farm. You name them. They all get farm. So waiting unu they produce now, including you, the president and your wife, una self get farm them. So waiting unu they produce now, them farm them. Also for tell we say salon up until now. How long does rice take to harvest, sir? We get different variation, different types of rice. How long does these different types of rice and different variation take to harvest and process for making the
I
people in
think
begin
nowadays
eat?
it's 3 months, Matilda.
Yes,
Three
sir.
months.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You
If
know
I
how
can
long
come
will?
in small, Matilda, I want come in.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You
I dey
see
bring you
Sierra
carry side,
Leone?
sir. I dey bring you carry side, sir. I just
Okay.
want to finish my thought because after I done this one, I know they come back to them. How long does Sierra Leone take to produce rice? How long does rice take to harvest? Now, don't forget, say the Sierra Leone, the land, we swamp land them, we land so fertile, we land so agreeable to this type of agriculture, to this type of farming. That all time when I see don't know more they give the people in boss bass. When I see don't know more just they waiting and call the people them. She asked a very simple question. A very timely, a very sensitive question. Before when I put thought process into the question where the lady asked, instead of I want for victimize them, I want for demonize them, I want for castigate them. No, this is a very important question to Sierra Leoneans in Sierra Leone and outside of Sierra Leone. Whether you live in Sierra Leone and you dey eat less, or you dey outside of Sierra Leone, or you dey send money for make them eat less, that question was very valid. So therefore, to the Minister of Communication or whatever title is it, what civic education and communication, next time a question is asked, instead of towing the party line and towing the line of power, take a minute, reflect, and then address. Mr. Jambo Yakansai, sir.
Yes, ma, thank you. You see, the primary role of every government now for build and sustain the trust of the people within the govern. What in that mean? You therefore expect any kind question, any kind behavior. The manner with which you they answer them, it make other people then trust to now. Now things I believe say Chernobyl, that role where them give me too big for her. I not get the emotional maturity for that role. To go and say the pikin misbehave, he make rudeness, I don't think say that was necessary. Keep you calm, answer to the pikin. Or allow you boss for answer to the pikin because that day I watch part of the show. You yourself were very rude and out of protocol to your boss. The man when they talk at some point, you they interrupt him. Then at one point, you make a statement where look very sarcastic, referring to him as boss. I took note of that. I said, what is wrong with this boy? He's getting too big. Shoes is getting too big for him. You need for learn diplomacy and management, protocol management. You need for learn that. That job would then give civic education. If you know what it means, now the center and core of building trust for the government. If you cannot control your emotions, then you are not fit to be there. Nothing no wrong with wetin the pikin ask. Elect President Biobi don't talk only English and other language about agriculture. If the pikin gets a question for ask him. And another thing about Sierra Leone is that people at the top don't communicate with people at the bottom. They speak to them, they don't talk to them. And at the same attitude they see on social media. Sierra Leoneans don't talk to each other, they talk at each other. You therefore try change on Sierra Leone. This ego, we need them, but we for put her under control. Not all side they carry ego go. They don't do the same thing to people them way. They are very advanced. This morning I dey look one video. Kamala Harris been the talk na one Senate committee. One black lady kind of interrupt the place. They did not beat her. Everybody keep quiet. Tell the security guards then cook some come on ado. If not been salon, then they beat her. Because the other thing wey make the situation go to that level where it reaches. When they give the picking the mic, 5, 6 people go gather around and they try for jog the mic na yan. What are these guys really? What are they? What do payment do they get from creating tension and crisis? On a try level, and I'll give you now information. We are thinking about forming an international advocacy group for make we get transparency in we mineral and resources in Sierra Leone. Because this agriculture, it's high time Sierra Leone able to produce food. What in are the reason we make we not able to produce food? We'll get a coastal swampland where they run from Forecarian and Guinea, take Cape Mountain and Liberia. And that coastal swampland goes 60 kilometers inland, self-replenishing. What is the reason? Are we not taking agriculture serious, or is there a mafia that is frustrating the effort of developing agriculture in Sierra Leone because they want for the import trash can give people and for it? We get for form an advocacy. Because all these politics were sweet in Sierra Leone, now we Sierra Leoneans don't know the potentials of the country, they don't know the exact resource value of the country. If we know that, the politicians will take shape. Look, for example, we get 12.8 billion metric tons of iron ore at Onkolili. At present price today, that iron ore is valued at $1.07 quadrillion. A quadrillion dollar is 1,000 trillion. And 1 trillion is 1,000 billion. 1 billion is 1,000 million. If Sierra Leone was getting 50% of that, or even 40%, we don't need for go to international community. But we get people them where they're so cheap, then they give them 500 million, 200 million a private account, then say, oh, not take. But we go count to that, not to that you care for today. The only thing, Siba, go learn your job, you not sabi your job. Behave better.
Exactly. You know, to that day we can answer for today. There will be a time when we will touch on all of these things. That make us say it is not a race. It is not a race. It's a journey. For me, in I go surprise say there will be a time where when I can't sit down I so we no need for advertise say we don't come because people will be coming in the thousands. We can't sit down for listen. Waiting we get for say. Trust me, it is coming. I take my time in what I do. Because I think for the longest time people in the try for size me. Na green day, na red day, na yellow day, usa day. I think say now, for the most part, when I realize say na green, white, and blue are day. Na dan dey sabi, and na dan dey I go for all ever sabi. I see Albert Lansana na the YouTube channel they say no sound. I hope say sound don't come back. I don't see any other people them na anywhere else they say they no dey get any sound. So I hope say your sound don't come back. For all the listeners and viewers the way they watch me now with different platform them, I tell una thank you. The commitment is real. The journey is going to be long, but we will keep at it. So today salon we all na one fumble. I see one of my viewer Bangora Samora, they say we are not one family. Stop deceiving people. Well, I go for the mere fact that say you even sit down, I also they listen to waiting we get for say me for say you interested in waiting we get for say. So if you been feel so strongly that we not a one family, I think say you been for don't long log off for a long time and you don't go your way. But I think to say there is something we have to say here that don't keep you and keep listening. So keep listening. Hopefully, you learn something. That way, the next time when you see me, not treat as Matilda Cole, you not just they see me as Matilda Cole, but you truly see me as your sister. Okay? Now, today we dey also for talk about the contributors, the origin, contributions, and influence of we local brothers and sisters. Them we also na a variation of them are the Galinese people as well as the Vi people. I know say Boku of una go surprised because even in the Vi there are different variations of the Vi. I think they get the Vi them when I mean they speak in Vi's them. But we will get to understand how all of them they come together now the formation of the soil of Sierra Leone, right? Because we're interested in whose soil we get. Waiting make we soil. How we own soil different from the other soil then. So that when you know the kind dirty way you get, then you go know waiting for plant pan and not to sow. Exactly. So today we dey for Yeri and for learn about we local brother and sister them, the Galinese and the Vi people. Mr. Jamboya, take it away. Who are the locals? Where
Yes,
did
no,
they come
thank you, thank you.
from? Who
Be-
are the Galinese
before I
people?
come
Who
for
are the Vi
answer,
people? Sorry, I just want to ask Lemi
okay,
Foundation.
go ahead.
Who are the locals? Where do they come from? Where they are beautiful people, by the way. I don't interact with the local people. They are beautiful people, by the way. Who are they? Where do they come from? What's their origin? Are they always indigenous to Sierra Leone or do they come from and became indigenous to Sierra Leone? Who are the Galinese? How waiting at this interaction within the Galinese and the local? Is actually local the Galinese and it's actually Galinese local? Who are the Vice? Waiting make them different. Waiting at the thread where all the local, the Galinese, and the Vi people them, and how they manage for now can differentiate as one name local, one name Galinese, one name Vi. Now all this one so we they can sit on panty there. So Mr. Jamboya, take us through the journey.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. In the last segment, we me and Mr. Kabo been do a try for make we establish say we not get tribes na Sierra Leone. We get different languages practicing the same culture. I think the Sierra Leonean get to understand that first and foremost. We get different languages practicing the same culture, but you get variances in the culture. The traditions may be different. And I want to let people then get the difference between culture and tradition. Culture now established systems. How the people then they eat them, then cook them food, the kind food where then they eat, how the people then they dress, how then they make them dress, the music, the houses, all that thing and the nine define culture, the arts and the crafts, all define culture. But within this system, you can get differences, maybe because of geographical location, or maybe because of adaptation of new religion. Even in Sierra Leone today, because we don't get a lot of people that don't join the so-called born-again churches, it affects the culture. It affects the tradition, the practice of a culture. The last time I remember, I went for a funeral to Sierra Leone. Somebody tell me, say, we for buy Ashobi. I say, for waiting. He say, nah, that's what them they do now. I say, no, me no mix that na me tradition. So I wonder we get that clear. Then I go come to the point. I know say in other parts of West Africa, then get traditions where then they celebrate the dead. So then they make Ashobi, then they play music like Ghana. I don't see that.
Okay. Okay, I want to make you hold your thoughts, sir. We get 2 callers on the line. And as usual, I'll collect for always give we listeners and viewers them the privilege. Caller number 1. Now you they open the show today. Waiting are you name and who's you they call from?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please. Your
Yeah.
name and who's you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Go ahead, my friend.
Please,
We hear you.
how many people?
Your name and who's you they call from, please.
Oh, they come from our.
Okay, so you
No.
system unfortunately they cut off. I don't know if na the side where you day you there must be some kind of interruption where
Okay,
you are.
they call you from our local news man. Local news for
Continue for talk. No wait for me for talk. Just continue for talk and say what thing you need for say. No wait for me, please. Okay, we lost the call. Okay. Can we go to the next caller? Caller, waiting at your name and who say you the call from. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Waiting at your name and who say you the call from, please. Okay, that call is lost.
Ask
I
them
have a
also.
feeling that calling from Sierra Leone. So parts of Sierra Leone, somewhere in Sierra Leone. That's the feeling I have. I'm not sure, but una try for call we again. If una they try we lines them, una use the WhatsApp line. Maybe una go much law calling from Sierra Leone using our WhatsApp line than trying to dial our other toll-free numbers them, okay? Just for the sake of that, make a put we toll-free number there, make una get them one time because maybe una not see them. So we numbers them where una can call the show with the North American toll-free number na 1-866-944-7722. If you then are UK na London, United Kingdom, call we na +442080891455. If you there Australia, call we na +6129098437, and then you can call in our universal line. No matter who say you then at the wall, you can call me with this number 1343-997-5828. And I not forget say we also the broadcast live now we radio station at Freetown at 90 FM 91.9, and I can download we apps them the VOS television apps them now with mobile or with your mobile or Google Play Store or Apple Play Store app. Okay. Now, Mr. Jamboya, go ahead.
Thank you. As I've been say before we get the callers, them Sierra Leone now get two cultures. Now one culture we get, and as a matter of fact, whatever culture we get in Sierra Leone is spread into Liberia, Guinea, and Guinea-Bissau, and even parts of La Côte d'Ivoire. That now the first point for begin gets clear. Speaking a language does not constitute a culture. A language may be part of a culture, but speaking that language, it may be a modification of an old language. Like in Scandinavia, you get Denmark, you get Norway, you get Sweden, you get Netherlands, you get Finland, and Iceland. When somebody from Denmark talk, I dey understand them clearly. Instead, if I talk in the Norwegian, they understand me clearly. When somebody from Sweden talk, I dey understand them clearly. Instead, if he talk, I dey understand them. Iceland may be a difficult small because then they still they in the older notch. Netherlands, then get a language though then call Netherlands. When they talk now the same with the Norwegian. But then the way then they do the writing and then phonetics a little bit different. Now the same thing with the Fen now West Africa or maybe in the Upper Guinea coast. Now modification of an ancient language where people all been they talk, now we get today. Now I make when you look from Guinea-Bissau to Guinea-Conakry, you get people and they own a bagger where they in large number. Now the baggers in Sierra Leone they almost disappear. They were in Sierra Leone. But when the bagger speaks, the Timney understands. When the Timney speaks, the bagger understands. The Vi and the Galines, now two people in backward and language them, now like dialects of each other. Then they understand each other. But the main language we'll get to talk about today, where you don't call loco, but then get their own natural name. Just like what they mistake call the Bolom people in a salon, Shabro. They are not Shabrus. Now then chief in name by Shebora. Now in some with man them. And the thing about Sierra Leone is, we are so colonized that we accept anything we foreign are giving. We're not proud of who that will be. Shabro so a language na Sierra Leone. The language name Bolom. Bolom. If you want, you spell a Bullom, but it's Bolom. Or the Timnees when baggers they will be not live with them for long, with the susu them, then get a name what then they call them Mampa. Because then three linguistic groups share with the Bolom, then coexist for over 1,000 years before which man they come. And they were a civilized group. People will be surprised. Maybe the next segment will they come, I go find that normally picture, I find sculptures, ivory sculptures made by Bolom people. Let people then compare notes. They had a civilization. We problem na Sierra Leone is we don't make ourselves into foreigners in our own country. So we don't even know that will be anymore.
Still?
The Bolom people them, the So we can join them at a later date, and the Timnis, they had coexisted for a long period. And at one point in time, Timnis may extend up to Cape Mount in Liberia. Liberians recognize that fact. People them in Liberia, way educated, where they do research on anthropology, they don't write several articles on that, about the Timni kingdom, what they call Koya kingdom. But inland from the coast, there were people. Who are these people? The largest group of the people that have been the inland, now today when they call some parts local, but they are still in Liberia. The Liberians call them Bandi, and that's their actual name, Bandi. The Bandi people them, now them with the Vi and Galines, then coexist together like how the Timni, the Soso, and the Bolom coexist for a long period, and they occupied what today we call the southeast of Sierra Leone. Kailaun, now two set of linguistic groups that they meet them mainly. The third set of linguistic group, now people that will come later. But the two oldest set of linguistic groups, the way they Kailaun, now the Bandi and the Kisi. Well, of course, the Kisi, then they Liberia, then they Guinea. The greatest number of Kisis, they Guinea. Sierra Leone now get the smallest number of Kisis amongst the three countries. That southeast, the main people that have been there, now the bandits, what they call loco today. And these people, the language where them be they talk. Later, the people that will come in, can mix with them. Because of that mixture, the language modify. This is where Mende grew. Mende grew out of Bandi. The Bandi they will be moved Kana the north. And one of them, there are two brothers them will lead them. One of them named Mambo. Mambo,
So I just want respond to a viewer, Albert Lanson. Now you
mm,
say, how about the Mende? You ask a question. We
Mende
don't talk.
never existed. Mende never existed before the 17th century. I want
Yes,
him
sir,
to
I
know
just
that.
want to address that. I not a question anything. I just want put something to and say we don't talk extensively about the Mende people. We will go there again at some point. But I just want, if you go now with past episodes, then you will notice that we talk extensively about the Mende people and how then get into Sierra Leone. So you ask the question, how about the Mende? Because the reason why I asked that now, because today I we talk about the Bandi people who in Sierra Leone we call the local people. And now I hope say you able to make that connection. They say now the Bandi birth two linguistics group according to waiting we don't learn so far. The Bandi birth the local people them at Sierra Leone as well as the Mende people them at Sierra Leone. Continue, sir.
And I want to make it get and clear, say, that language where they call Mende, nothing ever exist before the 17th century. Mende na a product between the Konya Malinke people them. We've been there at the forest region of Guinea, we occupy northern Liberia and move into Sierra Leone. Now the mixture with the Bandi, Vi, and Galines, now give rise to the language Mende. That's why if you check most Mende people, they get Konyaka background. Because the Konya people, now then they call Konyaka. When the Madingo man say ka, it mean people. You get Jakanka, you get Konyaka, you get Jalunka. This word Jalunka, the Jalung people, that them occupy Futa Jalon. And because they were a specific linguistic group of the Madingo people, them, then call them Jalunka. When the Madingo say ka, it means a dialect or a set of people with a language common. But when you look at the whole of West Africa, basically the roots languages then are Madingo and Fulani. And all we languages in Sierra Leone then get their roots from that.
Yeah.
I want to get that clear. That the Bandi and the Mende are cousins them, just like how the Baga and the Timini are cousins them. When a Mende man talk, the local man they understand them. When the local man talk, the Mende man they understand them. Even though there are variances in the usages and maybe the sentence structure, but then they understand each other. I think
Okay,
we
so I
get
will
a
go to
caller.
the caller. Yes, make I go to the caller. Caller, now waiting on your name and who say you dey call from, please.
In a concerned citizen.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know the actual topic, but I just meet the program and I'm meeting at the talk on the Friday. The lady be asked question. Because I listened Mr. Kagbo in program this past Thursday. I'm on that side again. And when in the president when they talk about in bridge and road them way in don't build, where they laugh, he said the bridge where they make from Lunge to I don't know chef. He said let them keep on like a souvenir or waiting chef or museum stuff. So maybe I laugh that day because the girl when they push and for let no ask questions. So but at least I think the president chef say okay now give him chance. So we asked about the rest but 5 years. So the answer make me laugh. The president say the woman may not begin interest before in kind of power. And the youngest they not harvest it. So maybe they laugh say 5 years. I think when people them plant rest now, 10 years before harvest or 7, 8 years. Because the president give the answer say youngest they not harvest it. So me don't know when they go harvest it. But Matilia, I'm not saying I can talk this Creole term, what we all been on the talk. I want to make it clear, say, no, we forget about that Creole now. Because as of today, they talk to you, so Burkina Faso then just launched the mega hydropower plant, just complete today. We don't open, now we go make the country boost now from power and everything. So when we can talk about that devil, oh, Sabi, a better part the angel, oh, no. I've been said the last time, but you know, been there. I said, then devil and they don't dance from east, west, north, and south. You Google them all, the hunting them all, the windy them all, the this, the that, the gun, they all don't dig. So now let we call for that angel who not sabi there, where God go send for we. Because then devil and the devil not they go heaven. We just they say that devil will not sabi, that devil is no, that devil. Then what they know they talk now, and they give it cost now the country. Lord forgot about devil now. They are not talk about angel now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Just for answer the caller in question, he said they don't know who stem the rest will come. The president say, Ingo Ashona say, by the time they left office, there will be a what? Quantum leap. To me say, oh, when I go back and go listen to them, he said there will be a quantum
Attila.
leap. No, sir, we know they go,
Attila.
we know they go, sir. We know they make you continue with the show, sir. I
Let's
just answer no
continue
the
to
caller.
program, yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's continue to program. So as I've been they say before we this caller come, we need to understand certain things na Sierra Leone we go bring we together. Like today, whilst me and Matilda they discuss backstage, he raised a question about what about Creole? Now the same culture with Salone. I say yes. I say but the Creole more cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan in the sense that you get people then from Equatorial Guinea, you get from Fernando Po, Yoruba, Igbo, Wolof, all over. Even with man them, they come with them, they mix with the local people them, where them been bring back. But when you look the Creole today, the typical Creole, they have adopted the Sierra Leone culture. Maybe what he make we not dey understand say the Creole adopt the Sierra Leone culture now because then they do them in a more Western way. But the food culture of the Creole, the dress culture of the Creole, it's basically in tune with the Sierra Leone culture.
Okay. Yeah.
Kaba
So we
slot.
go come to the
Kaba
people
slot
them.
maybe
Absolutely.
maybe an outstanding something with Creole. But now look the culture of using cotton and print dress. That is part of Sierra Leone culture.
Right. We
You
go
go now
come to the
all the
Creole
tribes,
people them.
sorry, they use the word back tribe. You go now all the linguistic groups them. The women, they dress the same way as the Creole. The Creole may not be using the wrapper, but then take them into that kaba slot because they get the same culture for wearing long clothes. Or then go wear long skirts. And they talk about the basic culture, not to the one we don't mix with this American gangsterism and whatever. But the basic culture, when you see a Creole woman dress, she's always wearing some long dress. And that's how you will see it with the Timney woman, you will see it with the Mende, etc., etc. Because the culture say the woman for wear long clothes. Now the design, now they the difference there. Creole now come with cassava leaf, but then they cook cassava leaf. They eat them. Not also. Creole they cook cassava leaf. Creole they cook potato leaf. Creole they boil yams. Creole they eat fufu. They meet the people of Sierra Leone, they eat fufu. That's how they eat them. The housing, the way then they build. Okay, in Freetown, it may be different because it's more of anglicized building infrastructure. But when you go now the outlying parts them of Sierra Leone, like Waterloo, Benguma, them places, then the Creole houses, them build them in the same fashion as you go find na Makeni, you find na Kailau, you find na Pujong. And these are what define our culture. The Creole artists, when they draw, now the African scenery they portray. Real artists not different from the artists who they talk Mende or the artists who they talk Timini. Listen to the music in Sierra Leone. Even though we don't they lost track now, but the few artists them what they try for maintain with traditional music, that merengue music, we suit into the music of the Mendeda, Kondi and what is the local themselves get the other people and get when you listen to Sierra Leone music, not the same to you they hear it. All the tribes and they sing. I remember I was small. We been get band set them as Sierra Leone Afro National, Sabano 75. When they play music, it's Sierra Leonean music. Like a mixture of the beats them of the people them. And they play. I remember this lady Patricia, we been they sing for Afro National. She was singing in Mende. And the music was the same music what then they used for play music in Timni, in Loko, in Limba, etc. So we need for get this clear, say, the culture now define we not so the language. The Gandhi them, now them be occupy the most part of the southeast, then with the Vai and Galines. Then the
Okay.
Kisses them be
Can
then at
we
the
do
east.
we have a map to show for some of these? Do we have a map or something that we want to show
No,
the
I didn't
viewers, the
come with a
listeners?
map on. But if
Okay.
Mr. Not this one, sir, not this, not that. Now the map will get the arrows then. Okay, fine. Come with this, come with this. This may explain it a little bit. Although you not get the Bandi because they're not being they take them as a major group. Now the major groups then they show now. Yeah. But the southeastern part of Sierra Leone, so I see Mende, right? Now bandits them been there. Them been there alongside the Galines and the Vai with the crew people them been there at the coast. Then towards the inland, you will get the Kisis them, they live with the Bandi. I think it go better like come with the document we have been sent to until the Mr. Kago that document.
Okay.
That will explain it better. The
Okay.
Bandi them, who side then go get the name Loko. Now in people them, most people don't understand. Today everybody is talking about a place called Songo. Songo, they very close to Freetown, not so?
Yes, sir.
The chief who been there na Songo, that village who then call Songo, the chief who been there, now be a bandi, he get young people them. But when he came, he was sorry, put up, sir. We're not done with it. Let people then read them. Do you una read Usai highlight, especially the Saiwagi color? Then say
I
a
want us to
traditional account says that
I want us
the
to take a
first limb
dab at Usayu highlight. It says a traditional account says that the first Limba man to come here was called Manso Fondu, and that he led an invasion into country occupied by the Bandi people, now in Liberia, but then living in the Warawara district. The Bandi are related to the Loko and also to the Mende. All of them Mende speaking people. A bandit tradition says that their brother left them at an early date to fight a war in the West. And this probably refers to the Loko, who were certainly in Sierra Leone before 1560, as we shall see presently, and who presumably staged a counter attack
counter attack.
against the Limba. Yeah, a counter attack
Yes.
against the Limba. The Mende
Go to the last
entered the
sentence.
country only in the 17th century.
Okay. That clears the point. The point we have been the try for make, I think, is clearly indicated in this document. The bandits them now then be more occupy most part of USA what they call Southeast today. As a matter of fact, from this account, now one of the oldest people that we don't live in Sierra Leone. But they have been absorbed by the Mende as well as the other people in the north. And that name Loko, now somebody, when a British man, we go meet this bandit chief, he ask him, say, what is my name? He say, my name Songo Loko. So he said the people of Loko, that's where the word Loko came from. Just like Shabru. And the chief in name then give the people them. That place what they call Songo, near Freetown. Now bandit them been dede. Bandit them been dede. but they call them loco. And what you go take identify say the bandits them
There's
been there all
something,
over
there's
Sierra Leone.
something there so far where I want for read, if you don't mind. I find them very
Okay, go ahead, go
interesting.
ahead, go ahead,
If
go
we
ahead.
go back to it says the Limba and Shabgo people, both West Atlantic speaking tribes, and perhaps the Gola and Krim, who, because they are so small, were often overlooked by early travelers, were probably amongst the earliest inhabitants of Sierra Leone. In 1500, the Portuguese knew of a town, what? Qui Manora,
Kwe
which is
Manoa,
Queen Manora,
which is a
which is
cream mano.
Queen Mano, but it is not known for certain when any of these people arrived, although it must have been before the 1400s.
Yeah. But until today, the concentration on the Bandi people, we will come to that at some point.
Yes, sir.
The
And
Limba and the
as we
cream.
go into, because we are talking about the local people, I just want to establish something as well in this. As you continue for talk about the local people, I'll go back to the reading. It's just one line there
Okay.
that says, right at the bottom of it, at the bottom of that line where it says the Mende entered this country only in the 17th century, and then it goes on to say, consequently, the Loco knew and traded with the Timinis at a much earlier date than did the Mendes, and hereby acquire in their speech a mark, Temini influence, which today distinguish it from the pure Mende. That's just what I wanted to highlight. You
And
can go on, sir.
that's not a white man giving a narrative.
Steve, yes.
A white man giving a narrative. Because na so in Siam, where you see the local, if he'll say that the team the influence in the language, now he
Look.
modify them. But as a
Right.
matter of fact, the locals are the bandits.
And these, yeah.
And the Mende will emerge as a language, now a mixture of Bandi and Malinke with Vi, Galines, and Cream. The Cream have almost disappeared today. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the same Bandi, we go na the north, then your language, because of the environment where they live, they get the influence of Timini.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's clearly stated in that document that some of them people left go west.
Yes.
West meaning coming towards the coast, and they never
Mm-hmm.
returned. One of them, named Mambo, who was the leader. As a matter of fact, that man they find Naim established the town today and they call Kamakuye.
Okay.
Yes. You get a family in Kamakuye that they call Mambo. Agbandi them. And then great grandpa I established that town. And when you look that part of Bombali district, then get a chiefdom there,
So if
where then they
anyone
call
watching from
Bendem
Sierra Leone and una know for say una de na Kamakwe, if anybody from Kamakwe or have relations in Kamakwe and know of the Mambo
Mambo.
family,
Mambo
yeah,
family.
Mambo family, let them reach out to us. It will be good to speak with them even as they go through this journey. Yeah.
I used to have a friend who has that name, Moses Mambo. I don't know if he's still there alive. But at some point in time, me and we've been play football together and I've been footballer. As I've been they say, that part of Bombali, beside the bandits, they may go settle. Mostly,
Mm-hmm.
the chiefdom they today, then they call the Bendembu Nongowahu.
Mm.
Bendembu Nongowahu. And in Kenema, you have Nongowa. What is the difference between Nongowa and Nongowa? The same. It's like that Bendembu. Look at it and tell me what is different between Bendembu and Pendembu.
Right.
In Kailaon district, you get bandits them. The Ngobe family is not bandits. You get bandits them. Some wetman go call the place Pendembu, they tell them they build railway. The people they accept. I think we colonize mentality. It don't cause a lot of problems for we. We're not proud of who that would be. With a leftful culture, go take other cultures they will not understand. In the long run, it creates problem. And part of the problem now they see so today. Now it don't go into politics. People of the same blood, they fight and curse and kill themselves. You're all relatives in Sierra Leone. It's high time we begin to find out. Not to say what they talk now, nine people and for take a hook, line, and sinker. Go find out. What I'm doing here, now the foundation of the bill for now. Go find out. You'll be surprised that sometimes that man we think say different from you. If you come on at the north, that man then at the south, you'll be surprised sometimes I blood relative.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised when you find out. We have a lot of homework to do in Sierra Leone. We have a lot of homework. Sierra Leone is a very rich country, but we not get the mental stability for make we enjoy the wealth of the country. We not get them because we not they find out. I don't know sometimes the education we wait man give we, na him to pass mark for we. So as we get and so now for fen work and begin make big man put ego all over the place. After the education, let's find out who that will be. I think we'll get
Okay.
a,
I go
a
to
caller.
caller. Caller, waiting at your name and also you the call from, please.
Matilda, Mr. Jambro, when I take it, my name is Alpha Cecilia, the call from Alaska.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Alpha.
When our history don't remind me small. You know, my mom be there with me here in Alaska, past 10 years, and he go back 2020. And I Benembu, they go die now, they them born now. So, yeah, Benembu, the only difference in Nogowa and Benembu, the spellings, like Ngowa Chivdom, Benembu, is spelled with N apostrophe and then Ngowang. That's the only difference. But yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah. Now they mean mama come out. Yeah. And also, yeah, we did talk about the town hall meeting last time we the whole na Freetown where that lady be they try for ask question. You know, before we hear people and they sing a song say the country don't wanna, and now when somebody asks a simple question, say Pepe on there or this on there, people them they get upset and try for do something to people the way they ask questions. Same people them way them be the sing. Tolombo no go sidoya angry boku. These are the same people now. If you say Pepe on there, rest on there, then go one cut you hate. But we also, therefore tell God thank you because at least the president says something where a little bit make them relax. We say the lady and his sister, and a salon woman get the right for ask the question. That at least ease the tension small. You know. So and I'm on this contribution today, I rest my case. When I thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you, sir.
much, caller. Thank you very much, caller. Yeah, indeed. Okay, so I'm glad you way at least, the people and they listen and they make connections, if not with them directly, with their mama, them parents, them. And that's how you trace your lineage. That's really how you get to know who you are, the foundation, your roots, right?
Yeah.
The soil where you make up of. So we go continue, Mr. Jamboya.
Yes, the local. But we know them. They're not too different much from the Limba people them. Now people them way them very humble, they mind them business, then they do a thing and get for do. But when you offend them, you'll know you've met warriors. I say this because I live with them as a small boy, na Songo. It's a sages now, that place where they call Songo. Then Congo, of course, is like a cosmopolitan place, but you get plenty locals in there. You get Rio then a Songo where they na decide when a western area how then they call colony. You get Timnis, you get Mende, you get Limbas, Fulani, etc. But the locals were a distinct people at Songo. And
You
then
know,
get then you
recently, I've been always feel to say Songo na been a Creole dominated place. I don't know why, because I've been get Boku auntie and uncle them who been they live na Songo, Boku family
who's
members.
one
So
there?
as a
Santia Sabi
child,
them.
yeah. So
Santia
as a
Sabi
little
them. Who's
child,
one there? Now
well,
then
from the
cool.
Orimi, yes, Orimi Sakol
Because you
family.
get the cool there, you
So
get Taylors, you get Davis.
yeah. So even me uncle, late Victor Cole, who was a renowned how they can call him pharmacist, as well. You know, we've been getting on practice and everything. He was there. So for me, I
Yeah.
always
I
it
think I
feels like
think I know the man where they talk. It been big for we they tell how they grew up, but I know the Cole family them. Songo was like a cosmopolitan place and now be a business hub at that time, especially when the railway been there. You understand? So you defend all the linguistic group, then they live together. Now I make some of we they like today, where people and they come and begin preach tribalism, it they pain we. We grow on then culture then they. You get the Bolom people them, then they come out down from that Funk area, then come with them goods. You get the local then they, the Timni then they, Limba they, Creole they, Creole them, then we get the hunting society. One one tell they go look hunting, where then they play hunting a colony. As a matter of fact, the school we attend na Songo na colony been there. Na the western area part of Sierra Leone. But I been they live na Potloko district. Because Songo was divided between Potloko district and the western area. The Saudi Creole them been there, now then they be they call colony. I think now then they
okay.
call western rural.
Okay. Yeah, because Songo, I mean, my great granny Berna Songo, me some of me great auntie them Berna Songo. That's from the Mason side, the Mason family, right? So
I
I'm
know that
like,
family they back.
yeah. So I always somehow they feel say I'm like, my goodness, but yeah. Later on, obviously, through reading, I get for no say no, na na cosmopolitan mix, but yeah,
One of you fambul teach me.
possible.
I find jenge woman. Then me they call her Miss McMason. Now the teacher will be the bluff pass all na the school. Everybody will know that. Even the school begin there. You see, this thing what they try for do for the people of Sierra Leone, now for make we know say we not different. Now put aside these sentiments where they don't bring with you. Now put aside the emotions yeah, where they don't bring with you. And not get for take away anywhere. And not get for take away anywhere. We know they can't talk now for look for make one tribe look one language, I mean, look superior to the other. Now I make as a matter of fact, I try for make am clear say we not get tribes na Sierra Leone. Now languages people learn they talk, but then get the same culture. The tower small world they songo, they lock up people them, then they pull their nafale, and they pull their nafale. Then we get other things the way then they do. Where you go now mende country, you they meet the same nafale they. You go mende country, they meet the same nafale. That secret society what then they call Poro, even the Songo, even then at the Putloko district area. I was living in a house that was less than 250 meters from the Poro
Yeah.
bush.
Now one of the reasons that they make an up in the go songo as a child because I feel like devil business. So any side when and get devil business if me granny came me got notice and 110 210 number 3 I cut out. I say I know they go.
They mean get all that then limba and they mean get them bangbani. And that's why they talk so. People them in the day, then they produce country clothes. The men did and they make their own country clothes. The limba they make their own ronko. When you look at the same clothes them. Now the maybe the color in where then they gear. They limba them, then they use more of that color for get color. And in those days, gara, they use cola for dye 'em. Then they use this thing. I call and say this leaf waited today, the
Indigo,
Indians then they sell. That leaf way
indigo,
then they use for color or dye.
indigo.
No,
Is it
yeah,
indigo
indigo, I
leaf?
think I named that. I think I named that. But the local people and they call and lale. That leaf with them woman and use for paint the hand paint their lip.
Oh, I forget the name. If it come to me, I go tell you. I know it's you they
Then they
talk.
sell them
Yes.
naya, then they sell them in boxes naya. People and they use them
Yeah.
as hair dye.
Yes. So if anybody remember the name, now the one that where the Indians then can use for do that decoration where then they married the Fula
Yes,
then can do the same
Naim,
thing.
Naim,
As
Naim.
I don't forget the name,
We
but
been
if you
get them,
remember,
we been get them. And I enemy they use for make gara. I remember vividly
okay.
because my
So it is
granny been they
called
make
henna, the henna leaf, henna.
Naim.
Yes.
Now the name that. My granny been they make gara. I remember vividly now during the late 60s, mid 60s, towards the late 60s, now I begin use chemicals for make gara. Before then, it was cola, that root then leaf them with caustic soda. Now I been they use for make the mixture.
Thank you very
And these
much,
people we
Agatha
are
Black,
living
for calling
together.
that out. Mhm.
We are living together. They're not they discriminate, they're not they fet, they're not they cause. Everybody lived happily. If local people then get their business, the other people then they can't look. If Limba people then get their business, then say we get the matoma, other people then they can't look. The bandit
So
them,
according to you, sir, waiting so far because you don't live in a salon, you know the history of salon, you know the contributions of so many linguistic groups. Waiting, according to you, you go say now one of the greatest and significant contributions of the local people, them local Galinese vibe people, them to Sierra Leone and how you feel say because the local people them they are almost I not gonna say extinct they are not extinct but they're almost like a non-existing now the geographic soup how you think say we can revitalize and bring them to the forefront again for the equal contributors of the Sierra Leonean society.
one thing I'll tell you, living with them, are people that were very intelligent. But because of their timidity, they have almost not been seen always. Timid and quiet people. but they are very intelligent. And I go assure you, say, there are a lot of them in Sierra Leone who are highly educated. Take that from me. You get people them in with government service, we highly educated when I lock them and bandy them, but you know they read them. They are just like the limbas. The limbas, now politics can make them begin holla. That's Shaka Stephen in limbaism we call it, now make them begin holla. But then some now other quiet people. And they are also another intelligent race. The bandit and then they across we country. And they are educated, then they do their jobs them, but until it say mina loko or mina bandi, you no go know. Even amongst the people and today who they claim for being Mende, there are many amongst them that are bandits. Then they talk the Mende, then they do their job, and they are very intelligent. I lived with them. As I tell you, they're not a offend person, but if you offend them, you will not say a word of them. That's what they are. The one
What
of
do you
we
feel, other than the intelligence, what do you
largest.
feel to say now one of the greatest strength way thinking other than the intelligence and obviously the contribution to the intelligence to say the administrative arm of the nation, waiting you feel say really now one of maybe the strength way no involved administration part where they can really bring come to the table, show forth their strength, even though in their quiet and humbleness for just push the country go before.
There is something I know about them, but it's disappearing because we not respect we culture. Now people them will be master herbs. My grandfather was a dispenser at Songo. My grandfather, when I be my namesake, I been the dispenser at Songo. And apparently, he been believed just like Pamilton, then to work together for long years. He been believed say, then for mix traditional medicine with European medicine. And in those days, the European medicine will be in the camp. Now been powder and those things with them for mix, then teach them how for mix and the dispensers them. Then they call them druggists. So they were very accommodative to traditional herbs. Then we get them way out and they do them test. Then get certain chemicals so then they use for test the traditional herbs for know how for mix them and which dose for recommend. And I know say several local people them been there way be they work with. As a matter of fact, if they go now there outline villages from Songo with a bicycle, they go talk to the people them, then they sit down, then discuss, they guide them how for
Right.
use their herbs. Now people that want know say they know more about herbs. That one I remember vividly. But all those things are disappearing in Sierra Leone today. Whereas places like China are building on those things.
Yeah. So now this now me call to appeal actually what I want make because me I believe very much in natural medicine, national natural remedies. I don't see how it don't work and transform the lives them of people them inside my family. Me as a matter of fact, myself now somebody way I'm very big on natural herbs. Before I take pharmaceutical, I would rather take a natural thing first. As a matter of fact, me family doctor, he get one line. Anytime I go see him for things like, Matilda, I know I'm about to prescribe this for you, but as to whether you will take it, that one is another story. Because she knows me so well. She knows me so well that she'll be like, yeah, I'm giving you this prescription, but as to whether you will take it, that is another story altogether. So she knows that. And so if we get the knowledge then they inside with country, Nothing them way we know for suppress. Nothing them so long as for me the one thing is that because the black man most of the time it is used in knowledge for evil, not for good.
And that's the
But
bad side.
if your knowledge is for good and can bring good, right, and can yield good, I think say we ought to encourage this group of people, make them go back into them practice because now innate thing. Then kind thing and they not to think say for you the land, a thing where God give you. So it dey inside your DNA, it dey inside your blood. Make them not forgone this knowledge because this knowledge come from the source and our source is the creator and our creator is God, right? Make we encourage them, make them come back into, knowing the earth, playing with Mother Earth, understanding what Mother Earth can produce and give, and make we use them for the good and the benefit of the people, not to destroy, but for good. And that message they me get to me local bandy people them because that is who you are. You are bandits. But in Sierra Leone we know Una as the local, we know Una as the Galinese, we know Una as the Vai people. Please go back to your innate ability. That thing where God put inside una, when nobody no sabi, it no matter if somebody can learn am because it innate, because it dey inside you and God put it inside you. Nobody not able to do am better pass you. So please, we need we need this practice. We need form a situation where it is where it become legalized institution like Ghana like this. When the doctors are consulting, medical scientific doctors are consulting toe to toe with traditional medicine like Ghana. And they tell you now the facts. Toe to toe. Then they look at the
That I know.
scientific, they look at the traditional, and then decide. That's how medicine is being practiced in Ghana right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
And they are
yeah.
doing fantastic. Make we not ignore waiting God put now with soil. That's all I am saying. Go ahead, sir.
Let we come out from this we westernized mentality. Do you as alone people the law decolonize? As Matilda say, people with them skills then they let them come forward. Let Sierra Leoneans should begin, especially people in the sciences, then for begin to research into some of them things then they. Because we need them. We need them. Even in the medical field today, and I think that yesterday I've been listening a conversation between a doctor and somebody we get a YouTube. Then they discuss about the vaccines from the COVID and why the vaccine are effective, etc., etc. I remember vividly one of the comments where the doctor make is that most of the times when you go then prescribe medicine for you, they help you. He says it's better we go the natural way. And a medical doctor when they make that statement there. As a matter of fact, they don't begin to prove say some drugs then they, especially them drugs that they prescribe for sickness like the hypertension, then kind of thing, then they get bad effects on you in the long run if you use them over a period of time. So it's good we are having this conversation, and I believe say we still get people then as say they will get them skills then they. The bandits them it kind of in mind say where I've been small, I remember say them be they collaborate more with me grandpa. And I believe say every linguistic group then get their own herbal cure system. We get for begin encourage you people them pan that. Even the Creole them then get their own herbal cure system. I know that.
No, definitely. Like recently, I remember they tell I was telling my husband, I'm like, I was a child, a baby, I not really be understand the value of some of the thing them where me granny can give me something the way I sick. So from child, from where I young, you notice say me not to somebody where really like pharmaceutical. So he can always try and best for make natural remedies then for me. And I was just saying to my husband, I wish I was old enough for remember some of them thing and they have been so young. And no say when I get upset stomach, she just goes to the garden. There's a leaf she'll just grab, put it together, give it to me, and that's the end of it. I'll
Yeah,
get a
yeah,
headache, she'll
yeah.
just go to the garden. There's a leaf she will grab, put it together. Sometimes I can develop, like boil. There's a leaf she'll just grab, grind it together, and that's the end of it. I remember when I been small, I mean develop a corn na me, a corner of me eye. She will just insistently just be grabbing that, and before you know it, like if you look at me, nobody no ever know for say me ever get corn na me eye, a very big one at that. But it was just too natural, and I was just being to tell my husband say I wish, and I was telling him I'm like the next time I go to Sierra Leone, if any of me old auntie them they alive, that's one of my purpose. Even the markets, the big markets, that's what going to be what I they go document, because it's very important for keep the knowledge
We
like
get
they and
we
for
get a lot. We get a lot, Matilda. We get a lot. But we don't move away from them things then they one because we want for anglicize ourselves. You may be able to speak the English language, but your culture will never be English. That will get for understand that. Like what they know is so. One of the things that they tell the Norwegian, I say something the Pikiwa Bonya go be Norwegian. I say, but me not ever be Norwegian. No. So if I talk up Adun and all, they say we understand.
see one of we read I say something where I don't know, maybe I want for read waiting one of we viewers then right na
Go
Facebook.
ahead.
So Iran comes Selassie. The locals are on the edge of non-existence. I think he meant to say. The local people are on two ways now. They are either on the side of the Creole or the Temene. Frankly enough, they are very intelligent and peaceful people like the Limbas.
I
So do
think he
ya
was
local
complimenting
people.
what I was saying.
Yeah. So
And I
I want to
believe
talk to
is
local
is
people them
very
again.
much correct.
Yeah, I
A
also
lot
want to
of
talk
people
to local people them again based on this, because obviously you don't say when me left salon. I try to do my best for keep in touch with the day to day of Sierra Leone, but not to all Tina Sabi, not to all Tina go know, and now so we all come for land. So to the Bandi people, where we in a salon know as the local people, I want plead to una. Intermarriage is not for make una loss una identity. Because somebody menu, because the Creoles them bring up a lot of local people them as well, as I get for understand and men them. Because somebody menu and you want for pay homage to that person, they not mean for say you for lost your roots. Me granny one thing where he do, all the picking them where he meant, one pan them and all give them the Orimi circle name. He keep and maintain the name them. I get people them when I local, when I can call Mende, Timini, Limba, where I they call uncle and auntie. As in the bloodline, we are not related. But because me granny mend them, and na salona that we know, I call them uncle and auntie. And I know them as uncle and auntie. Right? One thing where he really insist on is that he not ever make them lost their roots. Just because a menu no mean for say you for deny who you are. So please, if not done there, I know they say oh, but if not done they happen for be the case, please I dey beg una, be proud of who you are. Go back to your roots. Acknowledge the good that's been done for you, but please maintain your roots. It's very important. Like you see, the Baga people, them, now only when the Freetown was celebrating, the existence of Freetown, foundation of Freetown, whatever, something years. Now that time they maybe ever know for say there is a linguistic group called Baga. No ever you hear them ever surface. I had to go dig now for understand who them people they are so be. So this is how people lose their heritage. This is how people lose who they are. So they are at the big. Make we not allow that to happen. And not say with time, there are certain ethnic groups that will die out. That is the nature and the order of things, just because of the number of them. But if you hold on and you hold on tight, if you hold on to, like I say, if I go to Yoruba land right now, which weight at about 44 million people plus. Now Nigeria, over 44 million people at the Yoruba, but we get different, waiting and call of Yoruba people. If me go there right now and I say my name na Orimisa, the moment I mention Orimisa, they will take me right into my kingdom. Right into my kingdom. I know that. I know I'm like day and light. Right? So please, make we not lose Usai we come on. It's very, 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 very important. I go to the caller. Caller, waiting at your name and Usai they call from.
Hello? Okay,
Yes, please go
Mina,
ahead.
I'll face this is my first step for call. When I
Okay.
bring a good question about traditional medicine, if when I remember during Momo or NPRC, they may get a show where they call Waiting the Doctor Say. Where did any kind of television every Saturday or Sunday? Then they say no bushman is no good for people in a salon. So that's what the educated people there now then try to kill the traditional medicine in Sierra Leone. If I'm wrong, now tell me I'm wrong. But I believe that now they try to kill the traditional medicine. That's not the only thing I want to say. Okay?
You are spot on,
Oh,
my brother.
thank you very
Myself
much,
aware
caller.
of that program there.
So we
You are
get
spot on. I
a
made
viewer
quiet
na
now. Sorry.
YouTube, George Walker. George Walker is saying traditional remedies were and still are the best. There is a
Yeah.
book called Traditional Remedies for West Africa. So if anybody there into
I
traditional
even have a
medicine,
book written by one doctor, that is about traditional medicines.
okay,
It's
yeah,
unfortunate I'm not going to share now. I go, okay, right.
exactly. So like exactly, yeah,
Dr.
medicine
Cyrus
plants
McFall.
Sierra Leone, yes.
But what in he writes, but
Medicinal plants and
basically,
traditional
now the
medicines.
plants and what in the way they fell at the western area. But other parts of
Okay.
Sierra Leone, they we then get other plants and what's in them. We're very good for we. And I'm very sure every linguistic group then get plants and what's in the way they don't identify. The local or Bandi people they own became prominent because as a small boy, I remember how them they collaborate with me grandpa. Because one of the people that we been they encourage people for use traditional approach, now been Samuel Timagai. Samuel Timagai worked a long time with me grandpa. They became very close friends. As a matter of fact, well been this Songo as a small boy been they visit him, even when he was prime minister. He been they visit him one time, then he sit down and they talk. We have lost track of a lot of things because of this so-called tribe. There are no tribes in Sierra Leone. The people who came up with that motto, say one country, one people, they were right. They were right. But we have deviated from that. Today, the one country, one people don't turn several people in one country. They will get one cabal where they collaborate. Whether it APC people na one cabal. We'll go talk about that other time, not today.
Exactly.
We have
So,
to make our people understand that spiritually, in terms of DNA, in terms of with food habits, with medicine habits, everything, we are one and the same people. If you get anything where they monitor you, you go to a healer. When I'm in there, they talk and get the medicine for menu. The menu. You go to a healer when I limbai, they talk, you get the medicine for me. The menu. Now we get with that issue of tribe off we head, pull them inside the brain. Then we go begin understand we self better. We go able to live peacefully. We go able to live in cooperation because that's what we need. Not to all this fat and coso depan.
yeah. Exactly. So to make bandy people them, the local people them are up say inside the small time we able tell on our origin, we able tell on our contribution, we able tell on our brothers and sisters them directly, and we also able tell una say truly the person where una the point finger and say dande na yanda this dande na yanda that truly una all na one blood na all na una all na inside one mama belle una all comot do ya una no hide una self do ya una continue for be proud of una be una use una skill sets them for advance the country, for advance the nation. Like we don't talk and I also and a lot of people that don't come themselves don't confirm say God give una a very special hand. God give una a very special hand and if I use that hand day for the good and that's in traditional medicine. So that hand the way God give una in traditional medicine do ya una not make it die. Una not make it die. You know, in Africa, we are known for bad, we are known for evil. But we can turn things around. And why shouldn't it start with Sierra Leone? Why should it not start with Sierra Leone that we have traditional healers in Sierra Leone that can heal, that they are not there to cause harm, they're not there for do bad, not to witch gun no more, fangay, this, that, we for the yeri, but no. That them, when somebody mistake shoots that witch gun and they put that person at a place and then they heal the person and then they restore the person. Right? Now, that day we want for yeri, do ya, una not make the gift, the natural gift where God give una not make it die out at all. I want to give a shout out to baby Annie Mezo, Annie baby Mezo. I want to give a shout out to them where they listen to we and also the contribute na this platform. Join we every Saturday 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But before we go, I just want to do a quick response to one of my viewers. Them, I left this for the last minute. I want to do a quick response to Derek Barry, if that is your name. Because people and they use fake name now. It says LOL. The fact that people think government is the one that's supposed to produce rice for people is just laughable. No, my dear sir, it's not laughable at all. You see, this, I don't know if you know it in and call macroeconomics or microeconomics. Because in this case, the two they work together in this particular situation, not to just the micro self the work. You see, no, people know they expect government for be the producer of rice to them for them, but people they expect say government go create the space and government go able for complement waiting they come inside. This is a very simple thought process, right? You have people who are in the rice business. You have people within who are the business than the importation of rice, whether importation or internal farming of rice. The fact that Sierra Leone, the staple food, the number one consumption when it comes to food, na rice. That means for say now a food where is very, very important to the subsistence living of the people. It's very, very important. Now, like 5 and 6, do or die. So it means for say a government for be so aware about that it make sure say at no moment in time that thing they become a scarce resource. The government will be so aware about that at any moment in time, that no moment in time, that thing they become inaccessible to the people. Because at the point that it has become inaccessible to the people because people are now supplementing with gari. People are now supplementing with bulgur. The eating of gari and the eating of bulgur, and to the extent corn, what the Yeri people and they eat now, should be as a result of because they want for eat them. Enough for be as a result of because they cannot afford the number one staple commodity or consumable good in the land. Now, then they no mommy want for tell you before you open your mouth there for talk. You go inside and dig and understand waiting
And
at
if
this
I
thing,
can,
the fundamental of it and the essence of it before you start speaking, my dear brother. Go ahead, sir.
if I can add to that, government policy on land use are a very big factor for improve agriculture in Sierra Leone. Since independence, no government no ever come with a formidable land use system policy. All man they talk saying the landlords they're not favorable. Yes, they may not be favorable because you have not thought of a solution. I have the solution, and I'll say it for free because when things go right, it's Sierra Leone that goes right. That land tenure system, we una say upline, they're not a sell land, now lease people them for lease them. Una stop them. Una stop them. Una replace them with a modern method. The people them we own the land, una not take the land from them. Una organize the people them inside every chiefdom, every district into cooperatives. Then una ensure say these cooperatives have legal status with a trust fund. Anybody who they go do agriculture na that chiefdom, if you do them on a participatory basis with the people of the chiefdom. The people will give you the land. They may provide the labor. You come with all the capital and equipment, etc. Then, at the end of the day, give the people part of the profit. Give the people part of the profit. Give them 40%. Put it in a trust fund controlled by a committee that represents everybody in the chiefdom. So one person not go eat and say, God don't mark me on. God don't mark them for nobody. Now the chiefdom
That's
get
right.
them. If we
That's
use that
right.
method, we begin encourage people then for go invest in agriculture. We go see companies, then they go invest. With people them, with a bill for them what you call local equity, because that trust fund a local equity. It's a win-win situation and it's sustainable. It's another gift I'm giving to Sierra Leone. The first one I gave was NASIT, although they don't know that. While I listen carefully. When I ready, una call me, I will give you the details. I will give you all the process mapping because I don't want to die and see my country in turmoil. We will
Exactly.
umbuko learn with a think.
Yeah. So at somebody from, let me see who this person is. So George Walker, they say government should be encouraging our people to go back to the land and do farming. Give them tractors and subsidies. I
They have
completely
done
agree.
all of that, Matilda, over the years, work. Even to the last regime. They may go out in
Yes.
and call agricultural business centers. They may get tractors, then get, they work that way. As long
Yes.
as the people do not get involved, say, yes, we they profit from this. So this is part of us. Let us take it seriously. They work.
That's true.
Where you go with
Yeah.
machine, go give chiefdom, the paramount chief they take and go rent na kono,
Yes.
let them they mind
That's
diamond. The people then they suffer.
Yeah, I've been just one talk say, listen,
They
this
work
thing of
that
trust,
way.
it doesn't work because we don't see them before. We not see any dividend from that. Connaught Tree, they say you only need 5% of our population to firm to feed Sierra Leone. With the right policy, we can have food sovereignty. No, you need more than 5%, sir. Usai with this so right now. We need all
It
type
may
of
be right. It may be
okay.
right
We
if
need
we concentrate on the coastal swamps.
Yeah,
But
but
we get
that's
forget
only
the right land policy. Now the land
yes,
policy
sir. But
now
I
with
am talking
problem
about
na salon.
variety farming here. I'm also talking about variety farming and diversification
Okay,
of
okay,
crops.
for
And
plant
if we
other
want for
cash crops, other
exactly,
things
sir.
there, yeah?
Exactly, sir. If we are talking about diversity farming and diversification of crops, we need more than 5% of the population for engaging
We
that.
need the
Not
whole
forget, say
population. We need the whole
we know
population.
the population not sterile, the population not waiting on the population they grow. And so as the population grow, you need to feed. So now that they appeal to people them anyways. I not been can for can talk but farming I so but
Well, it
we
don't
have
can now,
time.
so long talk.
We will talk. We'll talk about it. I don't want for derail the program because I want people that will listen to this program for really get the thrust of waiting we talk about Nayaso today. So because of that, I will end the show for tonight. I want for tell una for say next week I not go to Nayaso, but I go appeal to me presenters. Then we most likely go be Mr. Jamboria as well as Mr. Kago for make them definitely touch on, the press release or the letter that came out from the International Institute of Auditing and waiting and say and how they feel about the moves of the presidency, the person way then at the helm of power about a move for remove or in order for comments removal of the substantive, Auditor General and in number two person, waiting that mean, even if he does not take the significance of this wrong into consideration, not for me say we not for talk but and talk about waiting and they signify for Sierra Leone in terms of setting the wrong precedents. In terms of setting the wrong precedents, we need for talk about Dentinea. We cannot shy away from Dentinea. So please, I'll appeal to you both to not ignore that topic next week when you come on because I will not be present. And another thing where I want for begin the sound the alarm bell to una is that the formation of narcotic substance, pharmaceutical. There is a show that I'm going to be bringing on with the help of one of we own salon brother we God don't bless and we don't work in this field for a very long time and we understand the composition. Especially I don't talk about this kush, I don't talk about this kush, I don't talk about this kush, and God touching at. And it one partner with we for really can talk to we and make we understand how this thing they work and waiting make we really need for join on and really get rid of this kush now we country. These are the things that excite me. You might want me to always they can ask for they can jab and they throw jabs, but these things are much more important to me than throwing jabs. Okay, so I tell Una all thank you. May God bless Una, and I cannot wait to have Dr. Kago, I believe his name is, on board for make we begin sit down to talk about. I think say this go help a lot, and to my youths all over Sierra Leone, hope for youth. I hope say Una go help we spread this message even when we start on this this education, the sensitization. I can't wait. I think I'm going to learn so much. Mr. Jamboya, I want me to tell Fambul them tata for today.
Humble
As we
them.
close.
Una thank you for listening to we. I think say we been they do like pendulum till they will come up from the history, we come to agriculture, go from politics. But not so. That is what makes the conversation interesting. And that I think they help we for make we understand each other better. And I know say a lot of una out yonder now know say we intentions them now for Sierra Leone. We are not attached to parties. It's about Sierra Leone. Una thank you for listening to we. Sometime possibly I go there to back tomorrow. Because I know say Mr. Shilon get for call me. I don't know if I go able to accommodate them because I get one or two things for do, but I go see. If not, then we will see next week.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Jamboya, for your time. It's very late over where you are. We appreciate the time, the effort, the energy. And to me, salon people, they make we like we safe, right? Make we like we safe, make we support we safe, make we left by that. And make we really, really sought for the good of the nation and the nation only, and not the good of a person, and not the good of a linguistic group, or not the group of an affiliate, or not the group, not the need of an uncle or a name. If we do that, if we left all them things so aside and we just look at the green, white, and blue, trust me, everybody they talk now in Africa about Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Ghana, trust me, they would have nothing to write home about if we focus on what we need to focus on. May God bless we. May God continue to bless Mama Salone. Until next time, where I go. See you now. I don't know when yet. I don't want to preempt myself. Onutata.
Make we rap Kushna Salone, but we life them.
That is so right, yeah now. What's if they do? What we bother them, they die. Push them down the hill, now them body just they try. So foot at them body, they and now they just they cry. Now we bother them foot so they swell, now why? I don't know if now the chemical or waiting then they put. Best not for avoid them, nothing but the suit. Other food than they for it, come up be young kush. We say bring this message so you too work for you. On the
Every day we dey lost it man the life because of push, yeah. Papa government, NGOs not come so we hate, yeah. You way they import good.